With Congress coming down to the wire to keep government open, there were questions today about whether the $1.7 trillion spending bill would be derailed in the Senate. Well, it cleared that chamber earlier today and heads now to the House of Representatives, where a vote is expected tomorrow. He's been following the drama. He's the co-founder.
On the verge of avoiding a government shutdown, a massive spending bill will keep the government open through September of next year.
Yeah, Let's show you a little bit. Now, this is not the world's biggest snowmaker, okay? That's not why we're all excited about this. You can see, though, it is a huge cold maker. The band of snow that we do have is everywhere from Green Bay down through St. Louis, Kansas City. We're about to be smacked by it here in Chicago. But what's going on is everything else. And this is...
You'll say, well, what's new about this? Because we've been blowing shit up for like forever. So if the target is uniformly heated, evenly in all directions, and the material is very uniform in all directions, so that would be a spherical shape, then the explosion creates an implosion on the other side of that explosion. It takes to turn on the lasers and fire them. And then look at how much energy comes out after you've done this. And they got 50% more energy out of this than the energy of the lasers that went into it.
That's amazing.
Amazing. First time that's ever happened.
Now that,
Here's your cue, Doc.
Marty!
Nuclear fusion, if achieved, has the potential to generate practically infinite energy with minimum waste, forcing atomic nuclei into one another rather than separate. In China say they've created what they claim to be the world's first power plant that can transform fusion energy into electricity without disturbing the current grid.
So for the past few days I have been messing around and trying different things with it, and the main thing I constantly kept asking is, which stock will go big in the future? But when you ask the AI this question, you will be answered with something like this. Clearly the developers knew that people would ask the AI this question, so they minimized the range of response the AI gives. The good thing about ChatGPT is that it can browse billions of sources online and give you an answer in less than a minute, but you can also trick the AI into giving you the answers it's not allowed to give. You just need to be clever with the word choices, and the AI will give any type of answers you want, even a few seconds for a response, in which I got one and it was better than expected. Somehow the AI had used previous chart data from years and years of trends, and came up with the conclusion that the following stocks which it typed were gonna go big tomorrow or during the week. So I wasted no time and went into my trading account, still not sure if the AI knew what it was saying, so I decided for the sake of this video to use a practice account, so this way I wouldn't lose any money and feel bad for myself later on. Upon opening the charts for the following stocks, I could clearly see that there was a huge drop in price a few days prior, so logically the stock price will eventually fix itself and go back to its previous price in the following hours, or even days.
Nanosyrinx, where in a single thread of biological information, not only is the medicine and treatment payload encoded, but also the nanomachinery required to successfully deliver the medicine to exactly where it's needed in our bodies, destroying cancer, eliminating disease, and acting as the next great leap forward in medicine.
Digital Currency Group DCG, a venture capital company focused on crypto led by Barry Silbert. Digital Currency Group are the owners of Grayscale, the largest regulated crypto product in the United States, who have publicly traded investment trusts for Bitcoin and 13 other altcoins. And looking at their Bitcoin investment trust, things are not looking good.
The cobalt that's being mined in the Congo is in every single lithium-ion rechargeable battery manufactured in the world today. Every smartphone, every tablet, every laptop, and crucially, every electric vehicle. So you and I, we can't function on a day-to-day basis without cobalt, and 3/4 of the supply is coming out of the Congo. And it's being mined in appalling, heart-wrenching, dangerous conditions. And so that's why people need to know, because by and large, the world doesn't know what's happening.
All right, let's head over to Wall Street Journal, where we picked today's story up with a headline: FedEx earnings fall as package shipments decline again. And notably, that word again, very important. FedEx spooked investors in September when it warned that a slowing global economy had led to lower volumes of packages moving around the world.
In the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh. It's along this border known as the Line of Actual Control. Tawang is a politically sensitive location. Although India has controlled this area since the 1950s, China still claims it. It's on the border with Tibet. Tawang is the site of the largest Buddhist monastery in India. It's the birthplace of a past Dalai Lama. And in 1959, the current Dalai Lama fled through Tawang to get out of China.
Be willing to decide on. Your money is not charity. It's an investment in the global security and democracy that we handle in the most responsible way.
Me crazy if I told you that the FBI knew the hunter for you. Microplastics are everywhere and they're ruining your ability to procreate. Merry Christmas! Researchers in Auckland have used advanced chemical analysis to calculate the amount of microplastic particles falling from the sky over the city, equating it to 3 million plastic bottles each year. While plastic waste is generally understood to be widespread across the land and seas, scientists have recently started to drill into the ways it can get swept up into the air to travel far and wide. The stories just keep getting worse and worse, don't they? Well, at least it doesn't lower your testosterone and turn you into a eunuch. Oh, it does that as well. A 2021 study shows that chemicals known as phthalates, a chemical element of microplastics, have been linked to health problems that have been detected in food from popular chains McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Taco Bell, and Chipotle. I wonder if these plastics are in any way connected to this. Shanna Swan, professor of environmental medicine and public health at Mount Sinai School of Medicine in New York City, documented how average sperm counts among Western men have more than halved in the past 40 years. Do you ever feel that there's a broad globalist project to neuter and neutralize people and their reproductivity, to make males into kind of eunuchs and create a world where people can't fight back and resist? Let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments. To turn everything into a commodity, to grow meat in laboratories, to get people to eat insects, and surely they would never get people to buy babies from a factory. Her research reveals that phthalates lower testosterone and so have the strongest influences on the male side, for example, diminishing sperm count. There's an onslaught on nature, almost our psychic nature and our biological nature is being attacked by a system that sees us primarily as customers and doesn't want us to have any vitality, liberty, or ability to fight back. If you follow
through the north central plains for the next 2 days, and the National Weather Service has multiple warnings out for much of the north central plains and the central plains for the next 2 days, and in some locations they're advising people to take action within the next hour. And this is up in the Chicago area. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. So we're looking at winter storm warning for the next 36 hours, accumulation of snow 2 to 5 inches, which is not really that big of a deal. It's the winds. Looking at winds of 50 miles per hour, quite possibly higher for the next couple of days, and that could impact the power grid. This is in the Chicago area. Same situation up here in Minnesota. Winter storm warning. This is all of Minnesota, and they are urging people to take action within the next hour because it's going.
I was thinking about the new phone that I bought, and the first thing I did was push redial. Phone had a nervous breakdown. Whenever I think about the past, it just brings back so many memories.